A lot of entrepreneurs talk about the challenge in finding a CEO, when to bring in a CEO and why, and it can be both an emotional and challenging process for many people. How would you describe your relationship with Sara? And when you came into the company, why was it so pivotal at that moment as you look back to have that CEO entrepreneur relationship?
I think we were both at a point when we needed each other. I was ready to make a transition. I think she realized that running the company was not going to be her first love, and we kind of came together. And I can honestly say during the 10 years that we've known each other, we really haven't struggled with it. We've trusted each other a lot. We think differently, but yet we come to the same conclusion most of the time. And I don't have any big dramatic stories, that I can tell, except that it's been easy.
If she were sitting right next to you, how would she describe you as a leader and the qualities that you brought to this company?
I think that as people describe my leadership, and I think she would say the same thing, I create love-hate relationships with everyone. I think that people in the company hate me when I insist on the impossible and I push to greater limits and I raise the bar, but yet they love me when they're able to see what their true potential is and that they're able to accomplish those things that I see as very obvious things that they can do.
Often people talk about turning a weakness or an objection or quality that others may find challenging into a positive, where your greatest strength is your greatest weakness and vice versa. What do you love about yourself and what do you hate?
I always grew up thinking there was one right answer to any problem, and I was totally convinced and had conviction that I was going to be able to be the one that was going to find it. And I think as I progressed in leadership, I realized, it was one of those moments. I met this Native American woman, and she was telling me that in her culture, there's no such thing as truth or absolute right or wrong. There's shades of possibilities, and people are interested in seeing all of those possibilities. And it started me thinking, was I too focused on finding the right answer to a problem that maybe didn't exist? Was, I too convinced that I had to be the one to, come up with that answer? And once you realize that there are multiple directions and strategies and plans, the options get a lot more plentiful and life gets easier.
What's the toughest part about your job today?
I think hiring the right people. I really am patient about finding just the right people, and in doing that, there are many times when the workload is really demanding for the people that are in the company. But yet I've learned time and time again that you really just can't settle or compromise when it comes to who you want to be part of, your culture and family at the company, because that's the key determinant of your level of success.
You're in a CEO role, which tends to be a more of an operational role at an organization. Do you ever see yourself as an entrepreneur in this company?
I think that, entrepreneurship has a lot to do with problem solving and risk taking, and that's always, been two things that, I've been very fond of.
If we were fast forward 5 years from now, what would you envision the company looking like as its next growth stage?
It has surprised us as we have grown, every time in such a delightful way. When we were looking to go international, you said, were women going to be the same everywhere? Were they going to have the same affection for our brand? And as it turns out, Muffin Top has no boundaries. And we've been so delighted at, how quickly, women from all these different cultures and countries, have taken us on. When you look at other growth opportunities, let's say retail stores, we're opening our first, Spanx stores this year. And I think that can change things so much. When women can come in and really see full collections of our things and experience everything Spanx.